Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Wait for some people to jump on. If you gonna jump on, so I see some people are joining. Dre, what's up, cuz? Jay, what's going on, Jay? So some people jumping on. If you're on here, please share this. Share this because we got to talk about what went down yesterday. Kind of crazy. Yo, cuz. Yeah, first thing I want to do is apologize because I told a lot of people that I was going to be on at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and that was the goal. But I actually was invited to do an interview by a queen named Erica Williams. So we did an interview on YouTube Live. We just did an interview. That was at 3. I was trying to Facebook Live the interview I did with her to talk about what happened yesterday, but I had to talk to her through my phone on YouTube Live, so I couldn't be on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. But she's editing the video right now. I think she just sent a message that it's ready. So I'm going to post the video that I did about an hour and a half ago with Miss Erica Williams about what happened yesterday and just about net worth in general, what net worth is, how to increase it. So that's the reason why at 3 p.m. I wasn't live, because I was talking to her and I was trying to go Facebook Live. The intention was to go Facebook Live while we were having this discussion, but I had to talk to her on YouTube Live through my phone, so I couldn't do it. So that's why I didn't go live at 3, but I said I was still going to go live just to talk about what happened yesterday. So I see people joining. Yes, please, everyone, please share. If you on here, please share this conversation, because we have to definitely talk about what happened yesterday. The people, they tried to come for me. The queens tried to come for me for just making a post. Like, I really wasn't trying to start no controversy. I wasn't trying to start no beef. I would never, let's get this straight, number one. I would never, look at me, I would never disrespect black women. What's up, Whitney? How you doing, queen? Let me say that again. I would never disrespect black women. So if you think that post I made was to disrespect black women, you're crazy. You don't know me. I would never disrespect black women. I was raised by black women. I come from a single parent household. My mother raised me. My father passed away when I was 5. My mother raised me. I have a little sister. I have a daughter. My grandma, my aunts, I love them. They're my world. Like, they raised me. So I would never, let's get that straight from jump, I would never disrespect black women. So for people to think that I was disrespecting black women for that post, you tripping. Another thing, we have to talk about what a net worth is, because a lot of people that comment don't know what net worth is. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I want to thank the queens that had my back yesterday. Shout out my cousin Yasmin. Shout out Lisa Johnson, Whitney Mims, Erica Williams. Just a lot of other queens. I just can't think of right now. Y'all know who you are. I talked to a lot of people through Messenger yesterday that was like, yo, just keep going. I don't know what they talking about. Because, yeah, a lot of people was tripping. Like, people was definitely tripping. So, my source, like, we'll talk about that in a minute. I read it. I honestly don't remember exactly where I read it, but I did read that. I heard a couple other people mention it. Dr. Boyce mentioned it. Maybe Dr. Anderson mentioned that before. I know other people have mentioned it. But I can't remember exactly where I read it. But I read it, and I never said it was 100% accurate. I never ever said the quote was 100% accurate, but I do believe there's some validity to it. If you don't think there's some validity to it, then I don't know. Because as collectively, not even black women, black people, we don't own or control anything. To say it again, not just black women, black people, myself included, we don't own or control anything. We own one half of 1% of America's wealth. I'll say it again. We own one half of 1%, not even a percent 0.5% of the wealth. They say, Dr. Claude Anderson always says, coming out of slavery after the Civil War, the free blacks were able to obtain 0.5% of the nation's wealth in 1865. In 2017, we still own 0.5% of the wealth. So if you think that quote was inaccurate, maybe the numbers could be skewed a little bit. At the end of the day, we as black people don't own anything. We don't own anything. So that is the conversation. We need to own stuff. We own 0.5% of the wealth, but we're 13% of the population. Jews are like 2 or 3% of the population, and I guarantee they own more than 0.5% of wealth, but they're nowhere near 13% of the population. So let's talk about these wealth conversations. Let's talk about building wealth. Now I want to talk about what net worth is, because a lot of people say, oh, black women, we're the most educated group there is. I just made $81,000 a year. Net worth has nothing to do with education. It has nothing to do with a degree. It has nothing to do with your salary. Net worth has nothing to do with a degree. If anything, you're hurting your net worth more because you got a degree, because you might have student loan debt. Exactly, trying to help and teach. Yes, thank you. Shout out my cousin Dre down ATL. It's my folks. Like I said, and if you're talking about, oh, I made 81,000. Somebody said I made 81,000 last year. What does that got to do with net worth? What does that got to do with net worth? Now, if you got 81,000 in the bank, that could be considered net worth. But net worth is not your income. Net worth is not about getting a degree. So a lot of people said, oh, we're the highest educated people in America. We got so many degrees. We got master's degrees. I made 6 figures. That's not net worth. If you think that's net worth, that's not net worth. Net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. Your assets minus your liabilities. What is your assets? Assets are if you own a business, if you own real estate, if you own investments like stocks, if you have a 401k plan through your job, if you have a 457, if you have a 403b, if you have a TSP, which is a thrift savings plan, if you have a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, that is an asset. You need to know what an asset is. If you think a job is an asset, you tripping. A job ain't no asset. Making $81,000 is not an asset. What are you talking about? Like, seriously. Isaiah funny. That is not an asset. Seriously. Making a high income is not an asset. And I'll be the first one to tell you, my net worth is negative. Yes, my net worth is negative. It's not positive. It's negative because I owe student loan debt. I'm a millennial. I'm 29. Most people that are millennials that went to college are in debt. So I may have some assets. I may own a business, which I do. I may have investments, which I do. I own some. My bad, somebody called me. I own some stocks. I own some ETFs. I own some mutual funds. I own a lot of shares of stock. That may be 5,000, 10,000, but I owe 30,000, 40,000 worth of student loan debt. So on my balance sheet, I'm in the negative currently. Keyword, currently. So me, when I'm saying black women net worth might be $5, that's more than mine. Mine's negative. Like I said, I'm probably negative like 20, 30,000 on the balance sheet because I owe student loan debt, but I have a little bit of assets. But that's currently. The goal is to keep growing. I'm going to die a millionaire or billionaire. I plan to be a millionaire in the next 5, 10 years. Seriously. I plan to be a millionaire. I don't know about you. I don't know about people on here, but I'm going to be a millionaire. That's why I'm planting seeds right now. So by 35, 40, I'm going to be a millionaire, and I will be on the plus side. I'm not taking no more student loans. You can learn more through Google and online and webinars and courses that you can learn in a college class nowadays. I'm on that wave, so I'm not taking no debt. I want to buy some property soon. So, you may have a house and your property may be worth 100,000 or 200, 300,000, but you may still have 100,000 left in a mortgage. So like, that's all things you want to factor in. Like, seriously, like I said, my net worth is negative. So if you got mad at that, like I was talking about myself, but the plan is for the future. But if you don't even know what net worth is, if you don't know what an asset is, if you don't know what a liability is, then you're not going to get there. You're not going to build wealth. You're not going to own nothing. You have to own assets. It's funny that when I made that post, I got 300 comments. Everybody tried to attack me. People came at me. But when I talk about cooperative economics, when I talk about supporting black businesses, supporting each other, building each other, rebuilding Black Wall Street, I don't get 300 comments. So why is that? Why when I make that post, I get 300 comments, but when I talk about rebuilding Black Wall Street, I get 3 comments? That goes into the psyche of how we've been brainwashed for 500 years. Like, seriously, that's just a clear example of it. Because everybody knows me. I go hard on Facebook. Everything I talk about is business, wealth, supporting black businesses, buying black. So most people that was commenting, I'm like, who are these people? I never even seen these people. Most names that I see when they comment, like, I recognize the name. I know the person. I talked to this king or queen. The people that was commenting, I'm like, who are you? I never even seen your name pop up before. So why would I talk about that? Or when I talk about Obama, or when I talk about politics, I get 500 comments. But when I talk about building, I get 3 comments. That doesn't make any sense. So everybody, please share. Everybody on here, please share. Because like that really, like, it was funny to me because like I don't take it personally. Just know this also, I don't take this that personal. I remember when Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat didn't exist. So this social media stuff, like I use it for business. I use it to build. I use it to network, but I don't take it personally. So if you think I took it personally, like, no. Like, I remember when social media didn't exist. I remember when text messaging didn't exist. Smartphones didn't exist. So, you know, you're really not going to affect me on a personal style. But it was very interesting just to see the attack and just to see, like, people really trying to go in and, like, get mad and say, oh, you disrespecting black women and you think you just judging us by our net worth. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So again, let's bring this back to teach. Let's have this be a teaching moment and a lesson just to learn from someone who's worked in the finance industry, that knows a little bit about investing, about stocks, about assets, about wealth. So net worth, again, assets minus your liabilities. What is an asset? An asset could be real estate. You may own a home, or you may have an investment property. You may have some land. You may have a business. That's an asset. Whatever the equity you have in your business, whatever your business is worth, if you have equity in another business, that is an asset. That will be on the left side, the asset side. If you own stocks, if you own bonds, if you own a trust, if you own a 529 plan, if you have a 401k, if you have an IRA, if you have an estate account, if you have a joint account, if you have those type of accounts, those are assets. That's on the asset side. On the other side are your liabilities, what you owe. So you may own a house, but you may have a mortgage. So you still owe debt. You may have student loan debt. You may have credit card debt. You may have some tax obligation that you owe money to the IRS. That could be on the debt side. So when you calculate what you own and your assets, and then you subtract that from what you owe, whether it be a mortgage, credit card debt, a car loan, when you subtract that from your assets, that calculates your net worth. So I hope we're very, very, very clear on net worth. Exactly. A house isn't an asset if you live. It's not. If Robert Kiyosaki says, if your house is your greatest asset, then you're in trouble. Like, seriously, you're seriously in trouble. If you have a house as an investment property, it's really an asset. But if you have a house and you just live in it, it's really not an asset. It's really not, because you probably have a mortgage and, you know, stuff like that. So, and you're not generating more income from it. I mean, your property value could go up, which is great. So it's definitely better than renting, of course. But it's still not really an asset as opposed to like shares of stock or an investment property or like your business, which you could build $1 million business. Who's to say you can't build $1 million business? So I don't care if you're a CEO at Walmart or CEO at IBM. That's not wealth. Having a high income is not wealth. So really just had to address that yesterday. You know, it was kind of crazy. People disagree, but I mean, a lot of people said we need to have these kind of conversations. We, as black people, we need to be able to disagree without it being personal. Like, if you disagree with me, I don't take it personal. Like, all right, I want to hear you. I will sit down with you. I could disagree with everything you say, but I still want to hear what you got to say. I'm a critical thinker. We have to be critical thinkers. We have to be critical thinkers. We have to be. We have to be able to have dialogue and real conversations without it being personal. Without it being personal, seriously. So, everybody, last time, please share. I'll probably do another video tomorrow. If you want to sponsor a video, send me a message on Facebook. My advertising fee is pretty low. And I'll be happy to mention your business, mention your website, try to get you more clients. So, and the last thing I want to just say is, people were talking about, well, that's the problem. Let's talk about the solutions. The solutions are, number one, supporting a black-owned business. I seen my man, Drew Black, commented yesterday. He said, all you women on here that's talking about me or whatever or mad, name the last black-owned business, specifically a black-owned, black woman that owns a business. Name the business that you supported and tag him. He said, I dare you. He said that. He said, I dare you to tag the last black-owned business that you supported. So if you got mad at me, but you don't support a black-owned business, then I don't know what to tell you. So the solutions are, number one, buy black. Buy black. We buy black. It's a company. You can go to WeBuyBlack.com and you can support them there. I'm an affiliate now with them. So when I sell products for them, I get a commission. So the number one solution is to support black-owned businesses. There's also a Buy Black campaign going on in Philadelphia. It's called you can go to ibuyBlack.org. That houses all the black-owned, well, all the ones that signed up. Black-owned businesses in Philadelphia. If you're in Philadelphia or the area, the tri-state, you want to support a black-owned business, but you don't know where to go to ibuyBlack.org. We're also starting to sell like discount cards that if you purchase a discount card and you go to one of the businesses in the network, they will give you a discount. They're like, if it's a restaurant, you may get a free meal. If it's a clothing store, you may get, 10 to 20% off. If you come to me to buy a shirt or have a consultation, I will give you a discount if you purchase an I Buy Black discount card. So that's the first thing. The first thing is very easy. Support black-owned businesses. If you're mad at that post and you don't support a black-owned business, you're tripping. So the number one solution is to support a black-owned business. Go out your way to support a black-owned business. Keep it black. Buy black. Always want to buy black. That's the number one way you can have a solution to what I posted. The second solution to decreasing the wealth gap is to start investing in the stock market. Start building wealth. You can go on Acorns in 5 minutes and download the Acorns app and take a minimum of $5 and invest in the stock market and start building wealth. The good thing with the Acorns app, you don't have to pick stocks. You don't have to worry about what to pick. Just based on your risk tolerance, it will place you in a portfolio. Whether it will be conservative, moderate, or aggressive. If you're younger, you might want to be aggressive because you have time on your side to let it grow. So you can start investing right away with the Acorns app. So there's no excuse. That's another way. If you don't want to get Acorns, go to TD Ameritrade, go to Vanguard, go to T. Rowe Price, go to Charles Schwab, and open an investment account. I did a video before on how to open an investment account. I did through E-Trade, and I did a video on how to buy a share of stock. So first thing, support black-owned businesses. The second thing is to build wealth, investing in the stock market. Get the Acorns app or get a TD Ameritrade account. Whatever kind you get, just start buying stocks. Buy mutual funds, just start investing, letting your money grow and have it grow for itself. And then the third way we can decrease this, and it's the last thing I'm going to close with, is starting your own business. One of the greatest things I've ever did is starting my own business. Now, it ain't all glamorous. It ain't an easy road. I still got challenges every day, but it's a way to build wealth. I would rather be broke. Currently, I am broke. I told you my net worth, but I'm hustling every day. I would rather be broke than work for somebody else. That's just me personally. Now that I'm like, and we're about to celebrate a year of my business being open. We'll be celebrating that in about a month or two. 1 year of McCurry Financial Solutions LLC being incorporated. So now that I have like a little year under my belt, I can say right now, I would rather be broke working for myself than make six figures for working for somebody else. And I swear to God, I believe that. So start your own business. If you need help with that, I can help you with that. I will not charge you an arm and a leg. Go to www.mccraryfinancialsolutions.com. I'll help you start your own business. I'll help you develop a business model. A business model is more important, I think, than just actually going to like getting an LLC. The LLC is the easy part, but you want to have a business model. You want to have a certain model in place that lets you monetize whatever you want to sell or your service that you want to offer. So that's the third thing, just starting your own business. You can't build wealth. It's really hard to build wealth or get a high net worth working a job. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't knock anybody work job. My family work job, my friends. I don't look down on nobody. I don't judge nobody. People got to do what they got to do. But when they're talking about the wealth game and, you know, being competitive, a competitive race, we as black people are a black race. We've been designated, like Dr. Claude Anderson says, to a skin team. He says it, strength in numbers. So we as black people collectively, if we want to build wealth collectively, it's not going to come from a job. So I'm big on that. Starting your own businesses. So the three main things: number one, buying black, supporting existing black owned businesses. Number two, investing in the stock market, building wealth, buying investments, real estate as well. That could definitely be one. And then the third thing is starting your own business. So those are the solutions. It's not just about what I posted. Let's talk about the solutions: buying stocks, buying black, real estate as well, and starting your own business. So for more information, you can go to my website, mccraryfinancialsolutions.com. I'll probably be live tomorrow to do a financial tip if you want to sponsor that, and I'll support your business, tell people to buy from you, put your website, everything you offer, your service, your product, t-shirt, whatever you do as a black-owned business owner. I will mention that and tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. If you want to sponsor that live stream tomorrow, send me a message. My advertising fee is very low. Let's work together. So, you know, I just had to talk about that post yesterday. It wasn't meant to disrespect black women ever. It was just meant to create dialogue and say, listen, you know, let's build this wealth. Like I posted after that, if you're not on this game of building wealth, then stay on the sidelines. If you don't even know that the game exists, which a lot of people don't, do your homework. So let's build this wealth. Let's build together, support black businesses, buy black. Let's build wealth. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day.